Hello guys, it is me Victoria back with another video, and someone asked me in the comments if I could make a video on how to create a positive and uplifting sexual experience for a girl. So I thought today I will just give you my best tips that I have gained throughout the years with my experience, and hopefully some of these tips could help you out in the future. All right, so just wrote them down on my phone. So first tip I have is that it is so important to go slow. This is just something that I feel has been the downfall of many different people I've been with. They rush. They don't take the time to savor the moment. It's like they're so excited to be there. They're just like, let's get to the main act, all right? And that's not what it's about. It actually really is a flaw. Like one of the first guys I dated, seriously, he had this problem, and it always really bothered me. And I just thought, how can I be with someone when he, can't really grasp the concept of slow, sensual foreplay? He's always just jumping the gun. So it's so important to go slow. And I know a lot of guys, their definition of slow is really different than a girl's definition of slow. So really take what you think is like your slowest and cut it in half. Like, you want to be going so slow and sensual. You want to be thinking like you're a Latin lover, and you want to just be feeling every single, moment. Okay, you want to be in the moment and feel every single moment. So go slow and feel everything. That is so important for girls, I'd say. Okay, so number two is and that's not to say that some girls aren't going to want to switch it up eventually, but especially in the beginning, I think you can never go wrong with just slow, sensual, feeling it all. So number two tip is it is so important to touch the non-erogenous zones first. So, again, a lot of guys super excited, want to skip right to, let's say, the breast, the butt, but there's so many other parts of the body that other guys are also skipping over because they're much like other guys. So things like the hands, the fingers, the neck, the throat, the face, the hair, the ears, the stomach, the sides. Basically, rank, the body parts from least to most erogenous and start right at the bottom of the ladder at the least and slowly work your way up to the most. That is so important. One, because it's very intimate. Because a lot of guys, like I said, skip over these other parts. So you're basically going to be conveying the message that, all of you is beautiful to me. And that is a message that girls, I think, really want to hear. Take the song All of Me. All of Me. Okay, never mind. That doesn't apply. I was thinking it was All of You by John Legend. But girls want to be loved for all of their body, not just, you fixating and objectifying a body part, let's say. Well, at least that's one of their desires. So, and then also, yeah, I think I covered that one, but it's so important to build up. Never 0 to 100, always 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And you're probably getting so impatient by now, but that is key, that you just keep going 80, 90, 100. Because if you build up slowly, when you get to 100, and let's say 100 is, actual sex, it will feel so much better than if you just went 0 to 100, skipping the warm-up, skipping the build-up. Girls, they're like, an oven. You need to heat up the oven. And if you don't take the time to warm the girl up, the sex will not feel as good at all. It will feel completely lower quality than it could have felt if she was totally ready and warmed up. So that's so important. All right, tip number 3 is foreplay is everything, and the more the better. It's kind of like what I was saying in tip number 2, but like I was just saying, it's going to feel completely different if you take the time to do foreplay. It's going to be so much more intense and so much better. So really look into, different foreplay things, ideas you can do. I really want to try watching the videos on that site, OMG Yes, if you haven't heard of it. It basically is lots of different women. They kind of studied many, many different women, and then they took patterns in what women find to feel really good to them. And then they kind of broke it down into different sensual techniques that women really get off to. So I would definitely recommend checking out the videos on that site. When I was looking through the videos and seeing just the names of each video and like what they were describing in the video, I'm like, oh yes, I like that, 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 I like that. So, I can definitely say they are onto something. I'd like to watch them myself. So number 4 tip is don't use lube. And I know this is very controversial because so many sites is saying, oh, use lube. It's so important to use lube. And it seems all like sex positive and feminist and stuff. But the problem is if you're using lube, for a lot of girls, they're not actually ready yet. They're skipping that buildup that I said, and you're kind of jumping the gun. And the fact that they're not wet yet is a sign that you're trying to have sex too early. So, take more time and she will get wet naturally, unless maybe she has some kind of thing where she can't get wet. But I think more cases than not, you're just going way too quickly and she has not had time, and she maybe doesn't want to tell you, I'm not ready yet. She's kind of maybe feels self-conscious, like, oh, I should be ready by now. But, if you really want to provide positive and uplifting experience for a girl, tell her it's okay. We've got all the time in the world. I'm not going anywhere. Take your time, relax. Because that mindset of just, relaxation and not being goal oriented is like everything to a girl. I know it is for me. Like if someone tells me, we have this time limit, it takes away so much of the experience for me. I'm just like, I can't enjoy it like that. I have to be totally in the moment with, no goal in mind. I don't know. It's like a Zen state of mind. So, all right. Next tip is during foreplay and beyond, reassure her that she is beautiful, and further, that you unconditionally accept her body. So you really have no idea probably how insecure girls are about their bodies, because you probably see a girl and you're like, oh, she's so hot, she's beautiful. Why is she insecure? I mean, supermodels are insecure about their body. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous because like, how are you guys insecure? Because, like that's your job, is for people to say you are the most beautiful stuff, but they are. I don't know really one girl who hasn't really struggled with body shame and insecurities about their bodies. So it's so important for you as a guy to, one, be giving her verbal compliments, reassurance. And also, I want to tell you the tip that one time a guy told me, I unconditionally accept every part of your body. That always stayed with me. Even now I think about that and how much that really helped me relax, because, I did just feel, okay, he's not going to judge me. Like, I don't have to worry. So you could even add in something like that as you're complimenting her to remind her that you're not one of these guys who's maybe called her like thunder thighs in middle school, or, told her butt's not too small, or whatever it is, and that you are literally only there to appreciate and, worship and adore her. And that is the kind of message that really gets a girl to relax, enjoy, loosen up, and will make her remember you very, very fondly and make her want to repeat the experience. So number 6 tip is discuss what she is into as part of the foreplay. Just be like, as you're making out, what are you into? Sadly, a lot of girls do not know what they're into. They don't take the time to do a journey, deep dive, sexual exploration. But some girls, maybe they were just waiting for that chance to say, oh, well, I really like this. And if you never ask, you will never know, a lot of times, that they're just dying for this kind of touch or whatever. And when you do it for them, that's going to just blow their mind. Maybe they feel insecure asking for it, but when you ask, give them that opportunity, you know, they can get their favorite thing and it's going to take their experience next level. And they're going to be like, oh, that guy was awesome. So yeah, don't be afraid to just openly talk about it, kind of like meta, the sex. Like, what are you into? What do you like? What are your fantasies? What are your kinks? Maybe she'll tell you. All right, number 7 is, I know I was saying, it's so important to touch the non-erogenous zones of the body first, but after that buildup, do not underestimate the importance of the clit, because, okay, I said that really weirdly, but a lot of guys don't know where it is, okay, and I understand because it's hard to know where it is because it's very hidden. Even I couldn't find it for like a really long time. I had no clue. I looked at a picture in a book, I'm like, that means nothing to me. But somehow you got to find where it is. And also know that many girls, this is huge, okay? Many girls cannot have vaginal orgasms, and you expecting them to is just driving them slowly crazy. You being upset that they can't is also very crazy because most girls need to basically have direct manual stimulation on the clit to have an orgasm. So you can provide that. You can encourage them to provide that for themselves, but don't assume that it's going to happen without that. Also, this should go without saying, make sure they have an orgasm. Sadly, many guys do not see this, do not do that. They don't expect, they just think, well, if the girl comes, she comes, and if she doesn't, not my problem. No, if you want to provide this positive, uplifting experience, say, what can we do to make you come? Suggest some ideas like, maybe you can touch yourself, I can talk to you, let me do what you like, and make sure she's not embarrassed to touch herself, because so many guys, hold on a second, so many guys really think that, oh, well, I had sex and she didn't come from the penetration, so that's it. But I forget the exact statistic, but it's like 90% of girls can't come from that. So maybe it's like 80%. So don't expect it, and remember the importance of the clit. So then tip number 8 is so important. This is the one thing that made me just, I'm making out with a guy. He didn't do this. I just got turned off. I'm like, okay, I can't go on anymore. You have to go, basically. I'd like kick him out of my apartment. So that is, give the first couple sexual experiences as a gift to her. It's so important to be generous as the guy in the beginning, and don't expect this tit for tat, if you will. Like, I did this for you, you do this for me. Because, I don't know if guys really understand this, but girls have given up a lot to take the chance to have sex with you, a relative stranger, let's say, on the first time. They've kind of faced their fear of going to your house or inviting you to their house, that you could be some sort of murderer, basically. That is something that girls think about a lot. You could harm them, in closed doors, behind closed doors. So she's taken a lot of risk and opened herself up to that, even seeing you. Also, she's giving to you for free something that, she could charge for, and it's a very high value thing in society, and she's giving it to you for free. So it's kind of like a matter of dignity and respect in her mind, or at least in my mind, that you kind of are generous to her and that you appreciate kind of what she's doing for you to be there. And that's not to say that eventually she will not reciprocate. And, but I almost feel like it's a matter of like courtesy and respect for the guy to just be really generous in the beginning. So I hope you guys get that point. So number 9 is, again, one of these another super important thing. It's so important to maintain a calm attitude and to not get upset or feel rejected if she doesn't want to go any further that time. It's so important. I can't over exaggerate the importance of that. You need to be non-reactive. If she doesn't feel comfortable, be cool with that. Just be like, of course, I get it. Go down a level. Go back to just making out. Who knows? Maybe, the fact that she saw how you respected her will make her feel okay will make her respect you and make her see that you respect her boundaries. So she will feel safe and want to continue on later in the night. But it's so important not to get triggered because that makes girls very afraid. Oh no, I rejected this guy sexually. He could lash out violently. It's very common that guys do react that way with girls, so don't be that guy. And then tip number 10 is make sure to cuddle and keep touching her afterwards, after you guys have sex, and do aftercare. Aftercare, if you haven't heard of it, in the kink community, it's basically the idea that you've done this really intense experience and maybe she feels slightly, degraded or something. And aftercare is saying, that I totally respect you, that you're beautiful. What do you need from me to make you feel okay? In just kind of cuddling, talking, being kind of loving and friendly after. Even if it's just like a one night stand, it's so important and the girl will appreciate it so much because so many guys just, shut down after sex or they say, okay, can you leave now or whatever. So it's just so comforting if the guy's just, sending the message that like what we did was awesome. I'm a very sex positive person. I don't I don't respect you less because sadly that's such a common attitude and something that girls are afraid of that, the moment they give the milk away for free, no one's going to want the cow anymore, if you know what I mean. So important to stay engaged after. Okay, bring it to a nice conclusion. You did the foreplay, you did the build up, and then don't just drop off at the end and bring it, to a nice taper off as a conclusion. Then bonus tip, guys, I think this is huge too. Text her the next day, stay friends, even if it's just a one night thing. You never know, how valuable friends, networks, connections can be. It also sends her the message that, what, that was fun. And he still likes me just as much after. You can, why do all the work of like getting, this connection and then just get rid of it, destroy it. Don't burn bridges, keep things going, be friendly. Text her the next day. There's no shame in that. Don't wait 3 days or whatever. The girls super appreciate it because, a lot of insecurities are going through their heads the next day, I guarantee it, of thinking, did I do the wrong thing by sleeping with him too soon? Because that's a huge piece of advice for women in their dating worlds is, try to hold off sexually as long as possible because otherwise he won't respect you. So, you texting them can just put their mind at ease and make them think of you very positively. So yeah, and stay friends. So guys, I hope you enjoyed my tips. What do you think of them? Let me know if you have any other tips, if you disagree, what your experience has been with different girls. I love your comments. I love to read them. So please feel free to comment. I respond to every comment. If I haven't responded yet, I'm gonna go through everything, but hopefully I have. And if I didn't see yours, write me again and I will 99% respond. So, all right, guys, talk to you later. Bye.